Okay, welcome back to another video. Today's shoot is a Vow Renewal and reception-esque kind of shoot. Not a wedding. Definitely not a wedding. Although the client tried to book it as a wedding to begin with. I kind of explained that a wedding's a little bit more involved, hence the higher price for my wedding shoot packages. As it usually involves, doing remote meetings or meetings in person, depending on the location. There's potential for second shooters. The gear that I bring to a wedding is completely different than what I bring to, let's say, an event. I'm still bringing lights and stands and such, but when I shoot weddings, I tend to bring bigger C-stands that push the lighting much higher than everyone else, or much higher than my normal stands would. Plus, I tend to bring up just a ton more gear for weddings, with, again, the option for having to bring in a second shooter if I need to. None of that is involved for today. The wedding portion, the renewal portion, is just an hour and a half. Hence, that I don't feel comfortable charging them the wedding price, because it's not, when it boils down to it, it's not necessarily a traditional wedding setting. I'm not going to be there for, 6 hours at a wedding venue getting, ready shots, flat lays, stuff like that. This is just a quick hour and a half for the renewal portion, the Vow Renewal portion, and then the rest of the evening is the reception. So we're going to get a lot of family group shots, hence the lighting, and then a lot of candids during the dinner at the client's home. So that's why this is booked as an event shoot, and what I charge them as an event shoot for a 7-hour event coverage, versus a full day wedding, which would have been astronomical compared to the cost of just an event shoot. Still a big chunk of money, but I wasn't comfortable, and I'm not comfortable charging that price for them for what's involved. That's why it's always good to kind of talk over the phone with your client and get all the information before something like that. But yeah. So that's what we're doing today. I showed you a little bit of what I'm bringing. So let's go over the list. As far as bodies go, I have the Canon R6, 24-105, 17-40, but I'm also bringing my 75-300, f4.5 to 5.6 or 3.5 to 5.6, just in case. Probably won't use it, but I'll bring it just in case. Tons of batteries. My backup body is the Canon RP, so I have a ton of batteries for that also. I'm probably not going to use it, so no big deal, but I bring it just in case. That way, if something goes catastrophically wrong with the R6, I have something that I can get the job done with. Oh yeah, this is also a hybrid shoot, so I'm getting video as well. That's why the R6 is perfect for that. But yeah, so Canon RP is my spare body just in case. Tons of extra batteries for that. I have my two Godox 685Cs for lights with the dome diffusers. I also brought the TT600, or it's not TT, it's a T600. What is a TT? The T something 600, the manual flash as a backup. It's not even loaded up with batteries or anything like that. I'm just bringing it just in case one of the flashes has a catastrophic failure. Bringing the adapters for the stand so I can put the flashes on there, and then just a bunch of extra stuff like my DJ mic set with some lavaliers, just in case they want to do some speaking portions. They didn't say anything about any of that. They just want candids and a small highlight reel for the whole day. But I typically encourage folks to do a little stand-up portion, just talking about, being a couple for as long as they have. But that way I can use either that for a voiceover if they don't want to use that portion, or use that portion like video and audio and all, and just have a real nice little memento, is that the word, for today. I'm usually pretty good. I would say my hit rate on that is 95%, convincing them in person that, no, this is a good idea. You'll want this. It's real nice. So we'll see. Low chances that they'll say no, but I'm not gonna pressure anyone. I'm just gonna let them know that it's nice to have, and I brought all the equipment necessary to get a nice couples moment. So if I have to, I can mic both the bride and the groom. I can mic them both up just fine, and I won't have any issues whatsoever. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get there a little bit early. I need to find out. Excuse me. I need to find out where exactly they're going to be. But other than that, I have 2 bags packed. My carry-all bag, my Peak Design everyday carry, has my main kit, and then my low pro bag has my backup body, backup batteries, cards, lighting, and all that stuff. So that can stay in the car for this first half, or this first portion, and then the second portion is going to be what I bring into the client's home and set up for when we do group shots, and once I get ready to do candies and all that stuff to cover the rest of the evening's festivities. So, not too far. Got a few more minutes here of driving, and then I will kind of show you what's going on at the first spot, and we'll check in from there. Part 1 is done. The church was very dark. Most of my shots were at ISO 6400, between 4000 and 6400 at about 1/60th to 1/80th of a second. So a lot of IS on the lens and on the camera, but for the most part, everything came up pretty darn good. I ended up doing a lot of the group shots outside just because I know inside was going to be impossible. I was able to get one group of 3, but I needed more light, so we jumped outside, kept everyone in the shade, but still hot. So wearing all black, not a good idea outside. Everyone else dressed in lighter white kind of colors. Me, all black outside. Not fun, but it's okay. All the shots outside came out perfect. Lighting was great. I kept everyone under a tree. Can't really complain. So now we're on to part 2. It's the reception, the get together, that part of stuff at the client's home. I'm gonna get there a little bit early before everyone else gets there, hopefully. I'm gonna scope out where they want me to set up as far as like the family shots go, and then I'll set up my lights and all that good stuff if I need to. If I don't, great. But more than likely I'll need to, because when I do group shots, I tend to shoot at f8. Sometimes I bump it up even higher to like f10, f11, whatever the next stop is, just to make sure that I get everyone in focus. I don't really like when anyone's not in focus, so if it's f4, the people in the back row may not be in focus, so on and so forth. That's why I tend to like to push it closer to like f8. Just to make sure everyone's in focus, everyone's nice and crisp and clear, no complaints. So, that's the plan right now. I got a couple snacks on me, so I'm thinking ahead. So I may stop and pick up something if I have to, but I got a few things to munch on right now, which is good, because I got, so at 2:30, so I'll probably get there around 3-ish, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still got 4 more hours of work today. And this one might be a little bit more involved, a little bit more chaotic, because there's going to be a lot of family there, lots of good food, good times, kind of vibes. So I'm going to have to be moving a lot more than I was a few moments ago. Okay, I'm going to get to my next stop and scope things out, go over details with my other contact there, and get all set up. Should be fun. That is a wrap. Holy cow. I am beat. That was a lot. We weren't inside, we were outside, and it was pretty heckin' warm today, like I said earlier. Yeah, it was just it was a bit just how I am today. I was dressed for more inside stuff, not necessarily being out in the sun. Luckily, there was a bit of shade, so I was able to hide quite a bit in the shade, but it doesn't make it any less hot. Well, it does technically makes it a lot less hot. But you know what I mean. Yeah, it's just hot. Shoot went really well. Second part went exceptionally well. I just kind of blasted through so many photos just because the lighting was great. I was able to do quite a few shots at f8 and even higher to get everyone in focus. But the majority of my stuff was f4, you know. But yeah, everything went great. No real complaints about anything, really. I almost filled up 2 64 gig cards, which they're not too bad for a 7-hour shoot. Needless to say, got a ton of photos to go through. Not gonna do them tonight. I am gonna upload everything to Dropbox and all that stuff, because I also have almost a 64 gig card filled with video as well. So that's kind of the overall plan. Just get home, unpack everything, upload everything to Dropbox, charge all the batteries that need to be charged, and just call it a day. I had one inquiry for a shoot tomorrow, but I don't think that's gonna happen. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath or anything like that, but yeah, I do stupid things like that, like take shoots when I really shouldn't. And yeah, that's the plan. Call it for a day, put everything up, upload everything, and then relax as best as I can, because it was a long week. So what you didn't see is you didn't see the 4 or the 3 other shoots before this one. So I think I've said before that I don't like doing.
It's gone like mine.
I don't like doing more than 2 shoots in a row. So if I'm doing 2 shoots, I'll take 2 days off. I typically like to do 1 day on, 1 day off, 1 day on, 1 day off, so on and so forth. I don't mind working, through without having like a solid weekend chunk, but 4 shoots in a row, ending with a 7-hour event wedding shoot.
So
I'm tired. Oh yeah, I didn't even really use my lights. Actually, no, I didn't use my lights at all. We didn't have time to set up at the church, and it was so bright outside today that I didn't even matter, so lucked out. Hopefully it won't have too many ISO 6400 shots that I have to kind of run through the denoiser. So it should save me a bit of time, hopefully, if I'm lucky. But that's it. That's a wrap. No more shoots until next week. I luckily have the weekend off. Granted, I don't get that shoot in. But yeah, that's the plan for now. I think my next shoot is probably going to be postponed because it's outdoors at the Arboretum, and right now the chances of rain are at 86%. So I'm pretty confident that that's not going to happen. We're going to have to push that to a different day. So I will check back in with you next shoot, I suppose, unless something else comes up and we got to make a video about it. So like, share, subscribe if you want. If you don't, yeah, I don't care.
All right.
You do you. Okay, bye.